Hello, here is an Osaka League game played on 2 handicap where white won by resignation because black lost a few dragons like the one in the middle and the groups in the top during the co-fight. So this is a game where black got outplayed in fights a lot. So let's see what happened. Okay, white starts with a 5-4 to be more confusing. That makes sense for a 2 handicap game. And now we have an inside approach. Actually, for white, it's more interesting to attack the top left corner because in the top left corner, black played the Komoku, so black can enclose the corner in one move. When white plays this inside approach against the Hoshi, black can completely ignore and go for the Shimari in the top left. And even if white goes for a double approach, there are all kind of josekis that black can use here, using the attach on one stone or the other, or simply go out between the stones. And then when white goes in the corner, black can keep center and attack the lower right corner to prevent the Shimari. But it's also okay for black to defend the corner safe. Yeah, f3, it's a nice move. Now white slides. Normally black can finish up the joseki with c3, then white extends for a base at c9, and here again black can take the Shimari in the top left corner. Black can be patient because black already has the advantage of the 2 stones handicap, so no need to be too aggressive. But black approach the lower right corner instead, which is also good. So white can go in the corner at c3, but this exchange will be fine for black because black extends for a base at j3, which weakens the lower right corner even more. So yeah, black doesn't always have to block the c3 by default, even though this joseki sente, but this exchange can be skipped. So when white goes c3, black has the alternative to extend j3. Anyway, in the lower right corner, black can go r4 or r3 or r5, the move played in the game. So this seems a bit more cautious to approach the corner from the outside and, well, focus more on the side than in the corner. Playing r4 is the right move in terms of the move that white wants to play to enclose the corner. Because if black plays away, for example, black makes his own Shimari at e17, when white encloses the corner, white's move is r4 most of the time. It's not always, I mean, it's sometimes r3 or r5, but in general, white wants to play r4 to enclose the corner. So that's the move that black has to consider to prevent that corner enclosure. Anyway, these are just some tiny details. White defends the corner very calm, that's fine. Black extends for a base, also good. Now white extends all the way to h3. This is a typical handicap style play. White could play c3, then when black extends j3, white adds a move at m3 or even l3, but m3 is safer, just to prevent the approach at n3. And now black will make the Shimari in the top left corner, and now white will probably approach the top right. So this is still a pretty balanced game, but black kind of keeps the advantage of the 2 handicap stones. So white is overplaying a bit with this h3, he has to. But now the extension at L3, it's actually, it looks good for the bottom side, but it's a bit too much because it's more important for white to extend on the left side at C9 and finish up that joseki. If black comes in at K3 or around there, then white can still play a move like M3 to continue fighting on the bottom side and at least get rid of the problem of N3. So here when white plays L3, he puts more emphasis on the bottom side, but leaves the left side weak, so black pinces right away. This is a very good move. Now white comes out, black goes out between the stones. Now here black can think of other moves too. For example, attach here, then pull back. This will still keep the group safe on the bottom, and also white's group on the left side remains thin. Then when white goes up here, black jumps between the groups. If white jumps along or turns direction towards the left side, black can hane first, which is a nice exchange for black on the bottom side. So the group is just stronger this way, then extend on the left side to get a good shape and secure or reinforce that left side. So this can happen. Anyway, the idea of going out between the groups is good. You don't want to get surrounded here. So for example, if black extends on the left at d11, white will add another move, something like g5, then black needs to play in the corner. Also, white can consider to be more aggressive with this c2, and now when black plays b2, white will go for d2 to take away the base. Now here usually black will connect and white takes away the base by connecting under, and if black plays a move like e2 to resist, it's a bit tricky in this case because white can Atari, then Hane. And now the stones are captured. It's difficult to resist in the fight, because white is already capturing in a net. So this will be tricky, therefore nice idea to go out. And go out again, that's good. And on this push, black is playing a move that's actually a little bit strange as a shape point. Black should get ahead with J4, because J4 has the same meaning like H4, trying to catch this stone. So if white connects, black simply steps ahead, and now there are still cutting points for white to protect, like M3 here, a double up, or this kind of block. If white doesn't protect and plays on the left side like it happened in the game, black can push through, then play the inside cut or the outside cut, one or the other. So here when black cuts at L2, white captures a stone, black goes Atari and captures the other two. That's the aim of going ahead and threatening the cuts. If white connects here, black has the ladder towards the right side, and now the 4 stones are caught inside, trapped. So let's go back to the original game. As a shape point, it's really good for black to play J4 instead. Now white ignored this completely. Well, white normally should pull back or even bump, and this will kind of ruin black's formation and also help a little bit white's bottom side. But white simply pins around the left side because his group on the left doesn't look good either. And here black jumps out. Black can go out with Kosumi, and in this case it's better to use the Kosumi because white will never use the attach to connect under anymore. So when Kosumi, if white pushes here, black can jump out. If white Nobi, black can connect solid, and now we have 2 heavy running groups. So this move is not an option for white anymore, because black will simply cut and capture the stone, and if Atari from the outside, black connects. If Atari from this direction, black connects again. But when black jumps like this, later in the game, white can use this attach. And now, no matter where black will cut, white will sacrifice a stone and Atari to push through, and cover in order to connect on the outside. So white is giving 1 stone bait to connect above. But in this case, if white is trying the move at b8, even later in the game, black can counter it by playing d7. So d7 is threatening to cut in the middle. Now if white connects in the center, black will still separate like this. And if white connects the side, somehow, pull back or a bump one way or the other, again, black will push through and separate the other stones in the center. So that's a compensation for black actually. Therefore, the jump is an option too, but you should really consider the Kosumi because it kind of puts more pressure on c10, which is the weak stone. Now, if white comes from the outside to help the group, black will just push through and separate this tiny stone on the left side. So we have a jump, then an attempt to cover, and now the attach. Now when white jumps here, black attaches too, but this is the kind of situation where white is always happy to play the wedge and create cutting points. So black should either play a bump, and then on this Hane or the tiger mouth, either Atari under or come out between the groups. So white is actually thin with 2 weak groups and no more options to connect underneath. Another way is to play Nobi, because this is a key point here, and if white connects solid, then black will just bump at c9. So again, black doesn't allow the connection underneath at b8 and so on, and this gives black some I shape, and in the meantime white is still kind of heavy and thin and baseless, so white needs a move around here. Then black can push through and cut this way to fix the shape in the middle and keep the pressure on the other group. So that's an option too. Playing this attach on top, it's not like you play a move and your opponent doesn't see it and then immediately you continue with the wedge, which gives you the upper hand, because now white has 2 cutting points to protect. Of course white will push through and black has several cutting points to connect after this. And the way to protect is actually the table shape. Even if white bumps here, black can pull back with a bamboo connection, and then white still needs to protect the left side with a jump or Atari. So we have this move, but this move leaves the bump, which ruins black's I shape. So in order for black to keep the group separated, black has to connect here, and this creates an empty triangle. a very bad shape like this. So it's important to think about all those aspects when going for the defense and the shape. This hand is good, and the Nobi should be also good. It's urgent to play the Nobi here because this is a key point. It's threatening a cut, and it kind of ruins white shape. If white connects here, that's an empty triangle. Even if it's a bamboo connection, it's still heavy. And if white connects here, it's an empty triangle too, this one. So either way, it's bad for white to connect, but he needs to connect. Otherwise, black will push through. So if white attacks the corner, black will just cut and go for the kill on the left side. Therefore, before the Shimari, it's good to know B1s, and this also helps the bottom group in the future. So no matter how white connects, now black can choose to defend the corner or protect the side group while attacking this one in the center and then protect the corner. So we have a key point. Yeah, white took it right away. White was aware that black can push in center at h7, so this was a hot spot both for white and black. Going ahead, yeah, actually is good because you still want to put some pressure on h7. If you play here to capture the bottom stone, white can discard it and play an Atari just to fix the group in the middle, and the bottom stone is not even that big. White can sacrifice like this, and black really invests a lot to capture one stone. So yeah, simply get ahead, it's fine. Sometimes it's just a reflex move, but here is good because at some point you can still attack the group. Oh, white attacks very severe everywhere, but here black did well. And now instead of attaching, which kinda helps the bottom group get even stronger, should consider the counter pincer, either like this or like this, because this is for white a spot to make a base. And the group on the right side, it's already solid after this exchange is at S3, S4, so it's good to counter with R13. When white jumps out, black will jump along. So this attaches to make black stronger and don't allow being surrounded, but white got the momentum to extend for a base. Now here is generally good to invade. Even if you lose the stone at R12 later in the fight, it's nice to invade to create some RG and in the meantime induce the corner defense. Most of the times on this invasion, white will go up between the stones because this creates MI between surrounding the corner or surround the stone, the invader. But this is good for black because black wants to play O17 anyway, so playing 1 induces the defense at 3 because white jumps and black will play O17, which is the desire move. Then white can slide or surround this stone, but when white surrounds the stone, which was actually bait originally, black will play S16 threatening to connect it. So now white will just cover Q12 and the Joseki comes to an end. So what happened here, black gave up this stone to get 2 moves in the corner and surround about 15 points in that corner and also keep Sente. So now black can play another big point such as H17 for example. And later on in the end game, anyway, black can attach S14, then white needs to pull back and black can push one more time. So losing this stone is not such a big deal. White really had to work hard to capture it. So when black plays this move directly and white for example slides and comes back to Q12, this formation on the right side is pretty ideal for white and it's much stronger and it's going to give him more points. White even jumps out, so you can actually get back to the same formation by invading and then go down in a different order of moves. This is a large point, pretty good. White jumps too. Instead of connecting here, which makes a very heavy formation, you should go for I shape. Just this one and Hane, then come out. Push again. Now after this move, white can peep first, which is Sente, and then jump, attaching the corner once, then bump to be connected and jump again to separate black groups, so black is now on the run. And this will be very heavy and eyeless. So white can lean on the top a little bit to get stronger, like this. And then cap, Keima to surround everything on the left side. And this will finish the game right here. So, back to the game. Oh, we have this jump. I mean, try an attempt to surround in a net, but black can come out now. So if white simply pushes here and then goes for a net, it's a little better, but how are the... cuts. Took. Oh, black can try this, this, Atari go out, then wedge. And now if white cuts, we have double Atari. So white needs to play Atari under. Then let's see. Complicated situation. But actually here, black can already leave inside. Well, it's gonna be painful. Anyway, white tries to surround like that. Then black comes out with a vital point, that's good. And just escape in the middle. That was fine. And here should jump again. The group is not completely alive and white can push here to destroy the eye. So when in danger, jump in the middle. Go in the center as fast as you can. Or create eyes locally. But this move is not necessary. First of all, it doesn't really connect the stones in the top very well because white can still play this h16. So in order to play a move in the top to keep everything connected and safe and also prevent the invasion, should be g16 or Kosumi h16. But right now, the middle group needs more help, so should go out at k12. Alright, then Kosumi block. And now come back to defend. Yeah, this move actually is not necessary for white, because white later on wants to come inside here. White should actually bump, or play the push first. And this is an option too. Or the bump this way. Then this one. So there are no eyes for black in the middle. Yeah, because normally with this move g15, what black wants to do is to push and cut here. So for white would be interesting to connect those stones in the center. Actually, he does that by playing g14, but it also kind of helps black get stronger in the top. Now black defends, that's good. Here when white pulls back, black doesn't need c17. And the proper way to connect here is actually c18. But right now it's not important because it's just endgame. I mean, if black goes out in the center or secures the corner at s16, if white cuts c17, it's not a problem. Black can Atari and go down to capture the stones. And if white clamps in the corner, black will just block or connect solidly. Then white connects, and now black can block again at c18 or ignore one more time. If there are bigger points out there, you can let white push one time in center. So actually the damage is just here, like let's say 6-7 points in the corner, maybe all the way to 10, but for white it needs the clamp, then the connection under, and the push. So first white played gote a couple of times and then a center push to destroy those 10 points, but in the meantime black also got some moves somewhere else and made more than 10 points. So when black connects solid here, white can hane, block, connect, and black needs to connect again. But if black connects c18, then when hane, black will Atari, white connects, and black doesn't need another move at c17. So this will save 1 point, and it makes the hane at a17 gote for white later on. There is also this aspect of thinking how the yose will be at the end when you play a defensive move like c17 or c18. So c18 is more positive for the late stage game. But okay, we have a shoulder hit. Anyway, it was slow to play c17 because the cut wasn't really dangerous. I mean, when cut here, Atari and capture, nothing happens. So black plays a shoulder hit. White plays a shoulder hit, black defense. Black can push first and then connect under with Keima. But this is fine too, keep the side. Then white jumps in. And here black got ambitious, it's not necessary, should simply connect. Keep the territory in the top, and now there's an Atari, so white might play another move. But in the end, white just captures one stone, that's a couple of points. And a few extra points that come later. But black keeps all the side connected, so that's much more important. Here black got too ambitious and the trouble started in this kind of fights. They were a little bit unreasonable. So we have a push and cut. Now the group on the left side, it's still a little bit in trouble if white pushes f12 and tries to kill the eye shape. So first of all, white has to turn and separate. Yeah, white actually needs to escape with that group. But here, white can play a shoulder hit like this and then come out. So we have a jump. Then white cuts, that's fine. Oh, empty triangle. Yeah, now white kills the top stones. So that was really unnecessary and a bit too aggressive by black. Black should play one Atari, forget about trying to kill those top stones, then Kosumi, and this way white only captures one stone to escape, black keeps the territory, and now black has time to connect in the middle. This would be a safe way. Now let's see what happened. Black got too ambitious, then turn, those stones are captured, nothing to do about that. Oh wait, how are the liberties if we move here? Tuck, tuck. Ah, it doesn't work, sorry. Yeah, black has to come back. And now white will play Hane. Yeah, white wins the semi here. Nothing to do about it. You just gotta leave it. So this was too ambitious and more stones died. Yeah, that doesn't work. Simply play Atari and then playing O19 or P19 becomes Sente because this is threatening a co-fight. So now the top right is safe, but black still needs to do something in the middle to connect his stones. In the center is tricky because anytime, yeah, and this is bad too because now white can come out. White can actually come out right away. And black has to live in the corner, which is painful, then he's losing the center stones. Actually, these stones are already captured now. Ouch. So on the left side, if, let's see. Oh, my bad. White had to come back and protect her. Okay, so if white comes here, black will capture the top. Alright, alright. So first, white needs to protect the top. But actually the way to protect is to play J18 or J19. And then black needs another move in the top to make sure there is no more Agi to come out. Alright, so if this happens, white defends, black defends. When white pushes here, then turns, black needs to live in the top now. So black needs Tsuke here, then a pullback or a bump, and this will be alive. In order to avoid the ko, black needs this move. And then let's see what can white do. Just extend here to catch more stones in the middle. So for black it's very important to stay alive on the left side. Let's see this turn. Yeah, if black tries to save the guys in the center, which are smaller, white can peep and once again Kosumi, then go down. And now everything is dead on the left side. It's a collapse too. So now black is a little bit desperate, therefore invasion time. So here, if white comes out, black can either sacrifice these guys and then connect, which is also expensive, or try to resist in the fight, leave in the top, and lose the stones in the middle. And that's expensive too. It's a bit difficult to invade when the groups are thin on the outside. But I get it. So Atari, connect, peep. Actually, instead of peep, black should push here, because this is threatening to come out with Atari P11. Now white has to go straight ahead and then the peep. And then maybe another Atari to stay safe on the right side. But actually on the right side there is still Agi, so black needs this move. Therefore white will never come out with Q17. So this will keep the corner quite large, but you gotta say goodbye to those stones in the middle, because white can always turn here like this and go for the 3 stones capture. Besides, when this happens, you gotta leave on the left side. Oops. This will be alive, a bit painful but alive. And then how is the score? So we have white capturing the whole top, some bottom territory, a little bit on the sides. It's still playable. So now we have a peep here, another peep, and black tries to resist too much. Should still push here. Forget about that stone. If white plays here and black Atari, white defends, black can also push from the other side. But now we're back to the Agi in the corner. That's a problem. So this became too ambitious for black. Another proper move for black is to simply turn like this to separate that stone. And if white plays other moves in the center to stay safe with the group, then the game can proceed normally. Push here once. Now it's different in the corner. It's not so easy for white to catch this group. Or is it? Tuk, 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 tuk. Still a problem. On this Atari, white will capture. And then... Aye, too much charge there. Oh wait, that's self Atari. My bad. Okay. Now white can, I mean black can escape. So, but this was too much. Now black is losing some important stones. And this shouldn't be a call. White played the wrong Atari. White should block here, threatening to take away the liberties. If black goes for an eye, white descends, black defends, and then on this descent there is no call. Just capture everything. So with this Atari, a call starts, and another option for white to prevent the call is to play this key move. If black goes down, we have Atari, then leave it like this. So white goes for a call that gives black a little chance, but white is full of threats. So white can fight this call. Very good. Hang on a second. Tuck. So if cut, Atari, go out, connect, cut, push, Hane, Atari, connect, and there are two more liberties. Nothing to do here. Atari, go out, Atari, defend, and now black is in Atari. Ouch. So white can actually kill directly with this move. Yeah, nothing to do. Boom. That's game over. White missed a little chance here to finish early, but white still looks good actually. Oh, donation on the left side. Interesting. Dun. Oh, okay. White wants to go for the center now. Yeah, actually white can afford this. Because after this connection, the group in the middle is still a little bit in trouble. That's a bit too much. Here white should just play a one space jump and then Hane. Trying this move is just going to lose points. Yeah, and actually black can push to the right and then Atari and connect. Or play Atari here. If white cuts, capture the stone. If white plays the wedge, Atari like this, then connect. If white cuts, we take. If Atari connect, nothing happens. So white is losing points like that. Well, here white has to pull back, black connects, it's fine too. Alright, that's a key point. This is so big. Because now the group in the corner just dies. So if black plays this move, white will catch, then black has to play here, white goes down, black has to do this, Hane, and everything is dead. Either way is going to die. Now there's not much to do, but resign. And here for black to stay safe in the center, a Hane is important. Now if white pulls back, that group is not going to be cut off anymore, but already losing the top right, it's too much. So there was really no way to come back in this game. Huh? Seems like it. Nice squeeze by white to get stronger in the center and then go for the kill. Yeah, simply capture, then kill all. Yeah, if black plays here, white will push, Atari, connect, then catch the large group. Ouch. So it seems that white was a little bit more sharp and alert in this fighting game, but an interesting game to go over. Enjoy the review and better luck next time.